Hello, and welcome everybody. This is another session of a roundtable with Ron and Ben. I'm Ron, and let me get Ben in here. Hi Ben, how's it going?
I'm doing fantastic, Ron.
So we got a little started a little bit late today, and I apologize for that. Trying to work out some technical kinks. Um, we're going to be trying something new where we are actually going to be streaming live here on YouTube, on Rumble, and on Facebook all at the same time. So, kind of see how that all pans out. So, if anybody is here on YouTube and they have Rumble accounts, if they can go on to Rumble, check us out there. Let us know that everything is good over there, and Facebook as well. We would really appreciate it. Um, so Ben, how do we do today?
We did good. I mean, we were one and one today. So markets are kind of slow, holiday season. So not a lot of volatility out there, but and then one and one. That's not ideal, but it's still a good day.
Take a 1-1 over a 0-2 any day, right?
Yeah,
so
that's definitely for sure.
yeah, yeah, we could have been probably a little better. It's just we had a skip trade, which was kind of unfortunate because it
Yeah.
ended up going pretty good. So, but sometimes that happens again as well. We'll go over that. One of the other things that we're gonna start doing is I actually went, and since Apex has got this monster sale that's going on where you get 80% off your evaluation account and then 80% off the recurring monthly, what I ended up doing and talked to Ben about what we're going to do is we just bought a new 50K account that we're going to basically track from today till funding. And it's going to be strictly taking Lorex trades primarily. And we've got a pretty specific set of rules that we follow that is something that I follow. So I'll be taking that along kind of for the ride. And so we'll see this on there'll be daily updates on this particular account where we'll actually have daily videos posting the trades that we took, if any, and showing the trades and then the equity curve at the end of the at the week. And Ben, if I'm missing anything, please bail me out here at any time.
No, you're covering it. You're covering it good. We've got a new account, and then we'll do the trade reviews, and you'll get to see the equity curve and kind of follow, from start to finish on where that account ends up.
And then we've got a whole bunch of other things that are planned as well. So while I'm
Yeah.
at it, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit a like for this particular video, and also if you can subscribe at Rumble, that would be good as well, since we're trying to get that channel built up as well. Trying to get some more people into the community and exposed to Apex as much as we can. Um, it's one of the things that I like to do on a daily basis, since I'm in the elite room, which is part of Apex, is try to assist, basically traders helping traders, trying to help everybody get to the best level that they possibly can. And the elite room is definitely a good foundation building place to be. And so you can come and join me as I accompany Lori and Daryl, who are, and I've said this before, and I will say this many, many times again, are the world's best order prints traders literally on the planet. And Ben is in there as well, although not on mic, but he is in the he's in the chat contributing immensely.
Sometimes, yeah. You got the hard job. You're there with Lori and all the pressure that goes with that. But it's really good. It's really good.
Oh, there's no pressure. I just stumble a lot, so it's good. All right. Let's see. So the trade that we took was on YM, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, we had all the trades today were on YM. So Ben, you want to take it? This is right before the setup bar, or
Yeah, that's right before the setup bar.
correct? So we'll do bar by bar, like we do, and then let me. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me fix this real quick and sync this to where we get the OP as well. Bear with me. I'm sorry for the dead air. It's just this is part of the thing when we're live. I still don't have this thing 100% yet. I'm working on it, doing the best I can. So okay, here we go. All right, it's all yours, Ben.
All right, so we are on. Which one was this? Was this YM?
This is YM. Yep,
This
this
is
is
YM.
the
That's
first
right.
trade that we took.
So playing around settlement. Usually don't like to take trades around settlement, but we're far enough away from settlement where it's, if you're right on settlement, it's kind of bouncing around. Kind of avoid taking trades into settlement. But it runs down and it reverses right off of a mini magnet on the 30. So it's coming off of a level to take the reversal. It's got our conditions for a trade, and it sets up, and then we took this trade.
And the conditions are, we just kind of go over it. And by the way, the Apex traders who, excuse me, who watch this will know exactly what we're talking about primarily. And the non-Apex traders, we will actually have some explanation videos, training videos on that as well, explaining the system. And before we get there, if you're a non-Apex trader and you want to be part of this, then head on over to Apex, apexinvesting.com, I believe it is. Is that the correct website?
I think it's .net.
Or is it .net? Whatever it is, Ben, please correct me.
Yeah, it's apexinvesting.net.
Okay, and you can join there. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and you get all these indicators and you get all this education and everything. You get it literally free for 30 days. You get access to the elite room for free. And then if you wanted to continue, the next month is only $1. So basically you get like 60 days for $1. And it's, we'll talk about that in a whole nother series. But yeah, it's definitely something that for you all non-Apex people, go check it out for sure. And then come and join us in the elite room every morning, Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 12 Eastern. And right after that, we jump after the elite room after we're done at 12 Eastern, and then Ben and I jump in here and we'll do the trade reviews and we'll run these little live roundtables. So sorry, Ben, I didn't mean to cut you off, but what I was saying is that our conditions were met here, as you can see by this order prints chart. We had an X box, we had trapped orders, we had a paw, and we had an absorption X. So that meets our conditions, and we also had a TX off of the 30. So as far as the setup goes, it was a good setup.
Yeah, it
We
was.
got in, first bar, we were looking kind of good, thinking everything was going to be great, and then that happened.
Yeah, that did happen, and I think NQ was also pushing down. I can't remember exactly if it was going into a simplicity or I'm not sure. But yeah, she started turning around on us.
Yep, which is actually kind of normal for the Lorex. It usually has a tendency to go back and retest the cluster, which is the yellow box. And so, but it just happened so immediate that we're thinking like, oops, oh boy. And then the bar after that was this. And at that point, I was thinking, when I glanced over at Simplicity and it was pushing to the short side, I was like, oh man, this ain't looking too good. And then, sure enough, we got stopped out, and that's all she wrote. So,
but that's just the way that's the way it works, and this is a long-term deal, you know, and instead of looking at, oh, that trade lost, that trade lost, you know, that trade won, we go back to our game plan, we go back to our back testing, we go back to our statistics, and we know it works. So a loss is a loss.
Yep. And on this particular trade, what ended up happening is that when the stop hit us, it didn't fill on both contracts. So one of the things I always talk about in the Elite Room, since I am using a trade copier and I've got multiple accounts and I'm copying to multiple accounts, keep an eye up on your positions tab. Because if the trade is over and you've still got positions that are open, you need to make sure that you manually close them. And that's exactly what happened. This little guy here didn't get stopped out, so it still took a loss, but not as much as a full loss. And that's why this little guy got taken out here. So I had one contract go out here and then the second one here. So that was that one. And then the next trade happened not too far after.
Oh, I remember this trade.
Good. The floor is all yours. Right before the setup bar we are. So let me kind of catch up on our order prints chart. And again, I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the camera, guys. I'm trying to operate this at the same time, so forgive me. And if you're in the stream, or you were, then say hello. It'd be great to know that you're here. So anyhow, there we go.
All right, so yeah, on this trade, it comes down. On the next bar is our setup bar. And it comes down, it goes right on the ZOI, which is that teal wide line. It puts a mini magnet, which is the black and white dashed line. It's right there. It puts it on there, right on that level, like right where price got rejected before. Like it comes up, the market retrace, it goes up, comes down. That level now is a support level. So it's coming off that ZOI. And then we get our conditions met for this reversal. And then we're in the trade.
First target comes off. And on this bar, was it this bar? Which bar was it? The one that...
I think it was the third.
No, we got
stopped out right there.
Yeah, we did. I don't remember exactly how. Because I know the first contract got off and the second one, because the bar retraced and it moved the...
Moved the break even.
It moved the break
even stop, yeah.
Yep. So it ended up taking us literally by one tick, I think is what it was at that point.
Yep.
And then this sucker decided to pull one of these things on us. And, usually we have a 50 tick target on the runner, and which is 10 bars, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would have been on this bar right here. Right before settlement, we would have been out for 50 ticks, and that would have been kind of
And maybe we get stopped out right where it laid
Yeah,
that
right.
mini magnet, but
Maybe.
yeah, but it ran for sure. But that's the way it works sometimes.
Yeah. And that was it for the trades that we had. So we had 1 and 1. And if this trade would have ran, it actually would have probably ended up with being slightly positive, still considered break even for the day. But just because of the way this would have ran, if it would have somehow stayed in it, then that would have been a good positive day. So instead, we ended up slightly break even, slightly red. But that's it for the trades for today.
Yeah, I mean it was a red day, but it wasn't like a bad red day, and so those happen from time to time. So now, so those are the two trades. I mean, nothing too exciting, but those are the trades following our conditions and our trade plan, and then we'll hit it again. We'll hit it again tomorrow. I mean, last week was a really good week, so
Yeah, hopefully we'll try to finish this week off. Again, it's right before Christmas. Things are kind of really slow.
yeah.
Not a lot of liquidity in the markets, and because all the big boys are kind of not there. So, well, they're there, but they're not, sort of. But and it's always this way, from what I understand, between now and New Year's.
Yeah, after New Year's, we'll see the market start to pick back up, because there's a lot of liquidity gaps in the bars. Watching order prints, you'll see a lot of zeros, a lot of low numbers. So not the ideal situation to be trading in.
Okay. So what else we got on the agenda today? We'll talk about the. Should we briefly talk about the account that we got set up? And we already covered that. We covered that already, right?
Well, yeah, we talked about it. We kind of talk about we can wrap up talking about our plan for that account. Maybe some of the rules that we have in place for that account. So like Ron talked about, we signed up for, or Ron signed up for a 50K account because Apex is having their 80/80 sale, which is just amazing. Gives a lot of people good opportunities to save some money on getting an account. And once again, we're not associated with Apex. We're just here talking about it. So we signed up for a 50K account because Ron and I were talking on the phone earlier, and we feel that a majority of the people have 50Ks, because I know that I have 50Ks, because it has a really good ratio as far as risk and profit. It's because you have you can do a 25K account, 50K account. I mean, they go all the way up to 300Ks. And Ron has a discount code for Apex, which is LargePips. So if anyone goes and signs up, the code ends tonight at midnight. But so we decided to go with the 50K because we feel that the majority of the people have 50Ks and they have a good ratio. So that's what we're going to be doing. With that, we'll give daily updates on that account. Go over, and those will kind of correlate with our trade review, and we'll be able to look at the equity curve and kind of follow that account. And if it takes us 10 days, or if it takes us a month, it doesn't really matter, as long as over the course of a week, 2 weeks, a month, that equity curve is continuing to climb, and we're able to keep the trailing drawdown in check. You guys can
Yeah.
follow along with that.
Yeah, and that's the plan. Is there's no time limit on this. And I actually did this in the ER before, in the Elite Room, where I actually purchased a 25K account and got it to funding just trading micros. So that was kind of like a challenge I put on myself. This was before I was, helping Lori out by calling out trades and so forth. This was when I was just a person behind the keyboard. And then once they put me behind the mic, I was determined to do it again on a different level and scale. And now with Ben, I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll do this on the 50. We'll be trading 2 contracts on it, and we're going to have some specific targets that were going to be in place for daily targets for basically profit and loss. And again, the code is LargePips, which the code itself is good. Usually it's good for 50%, but now it's good for 80% until midnight tonight, until this sale is over. And then the plan is, once we get it funded, since Apex now has the option for a lifetime PA fee, the plan is to go with the lifetime PA, not the monthly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the plan. The plan is to keep this account alive and well, and once we get it funded, we'll show you what the plan is to keep it alive and funded while basically withdrawing money out and growing the account and eventually scaling it into the 10 contracts that you get with the maximum ability to trade the 50K with. So the plan has already all been laid out and drawn out, and we'll kind of unveil it as the series progresses and as we reach the different milestones with the account. Then we'll kind of talk about what is required to maintain it at that level. And then who knows, maybe later on at the next big sale, 6 months down the road, once we see what this 50K is doing, then maybe we'll jump up and do it with a 300K as well. I don't know, Ben. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think?
Got it. Yeah, that's always an option. Yeah, because with the 50Ks, you trade 2 accounts, and then
2 contracts.
Or 2 contracts, and then with the bigger accounts, you have more of more room to trade more contracts. But the 50K, like I said earlier, has a good profit to risk ratio, and so that's why we decided to go with the 50K. But we can do it with 100K or 150. I mean, a 300. So
we'll see. Well, we'll see. One step at a time. We'll do this first, and then see how the response is, how people are, what the feedback is, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, for sure.
So the rules for the account.
So on the so we're doing the 50K. So we will be trading three markets. Or will CL be tied into it? I'm not sure. We didn't talk about that specifically.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. It'll probably just be primarily YM, RTY, and Q.
Yeah, CL is a little bit pricey to start the account off trading it. So that's why we'll stick to those 3 markets. Profit goal on that account for like a daily profit goal is $300 or net 3, but net 3 taking precedence over the 300. So if we have 3 trades and we count a break-even trade as a win, so like say it goes to break even, and usually if it breaks even, because we have 2 contracts one for a scalp and one to a. When I say a break-even trade, that means we get one contract comes off at a scalp, and then the other contract maybe gets knocked out at break-even. We count that as a win. So if we get net 3, regardless of the actual money, say it's only 150 or 200 or whatever it ends up, a net 3 win, the account gets shut off and we're done. And then for the loss, if we reach $400 in loss, which is a net 2 losses, then we shut the account off and we don't trade it anymore. But if we open up the session and we get a loss and then we get a win and a win, we're kind of break even, and we'll keep running our system until we get to that 300 or net 3 or 400. So
can I add something to that really quick, Ben?
Of course.
Because that also translates to basically 10 ticks per win. So, and Ben, I'm sorry, I got to take this call really quick, so I'm going to let you kind of continue
no pressure.
really quick. Yeah, no pressure. So I'm going to take this. I'll be right back.
Okay, so yeah, he's talking about 30 ticks. So we're going for 30 ticks. So I guess a better way to look at it would be a net 30 ticks is the minimum cutoff, or 300. But on, in our replays and our back testing and our live testing, half of the trades that we take, I think the last stat we had was like 56% of the trades end up trailing. We're able to trail them to some degree now. That could be we get 15 ticks out of it, or we get our full trail at 50 ticks. And so half of the trades, or over half of them, I guess, trail. And so that's why we have that profit target of 300 in there. But if we get 30 ticks, the account gets, we shut it off for that day. We live to trade another day, and then we come back and we do it again. But that's what. So yeah, net 30 ticks, 3 wins, even if half of the trades or half the contracts are break even. So 30 ticks, net 3 or 300. But the 30 ticks and net 3 take precedence over the 300, and then a hard stop at $400 on the stop loss. Welcome back, Ron.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So let's see. Is there anybody typing anything in the chat? No, nothing. So okay, good.
There is not.
Yeah, don't be shy. If you're in the stream, say hello. Love to chat with you if you have any questions, comments, or what have you. So okay. I hope you can probably hear the phone ringing. That would I guess I need to put these suckers on vibrate when we're doing these things. Yeah, so that takes care of the money management portion of it, and you covered the trade, right? The trade that we're going to be taking is the Lorex.
Oh, I did not mention that, but we'll be exclusively taking Lorex trades. So they're the time being, I don't think we're planning on taking any simplicity trades.
No.
Now that could change, but I mean, for as of now, what we talked about, there won't be any simplicity trades. These are just Lorex trades.
And the Lorex trades are, as we defined, are very, very specific. And let's see, was there anything else we needed to cover, Ben?
No, I think that's about it. That kind of gives a brief overview of what we're going to be doing and having updates updates on that account so people can follow along and they can see the exact trades that we're taking. I know that Ron and I were both in the mentor group, and we felt that there was a need to do this so people can see. Because I've been in a situation where it's like, I don't think this is possible for me to get funded. I am struggling, and this is hard. So I've been there, but I've seen other people do it, and with the new trade setup, which is the Lorex, it's really been a game changer for. I mean, I can speak for me. It's been a game changer for me, but also for a lot of people. And then looking at the stats once again, doing the replay, doing the back test, and looking at it live. The stats are just really good. And then if you go down another level where you filter the Lorex for specific conditions, the statistics are even better on the trade. And that's what we've done. That's what we've isolated. And this was based on a lot of Ron and Lori's work on what they were able to find on their favorite conditions. So.
Yeah, so hopefully this will be fun, exciting, and educational all at the same time. And again, at the end of the day, this is not to be considered trading advice. Again, I guess it's something that we need to kind of talk about and put in the beginning of the video is disclosures that trading futures is risky, and you trade at your own risk, and know what you're doing before you do it for sure. And we're not giving out trade advice. We're not calling out trades. We're not doing any of that stuff. This is all after the fact, and we just discuss it, what happened afterwards, and analyzing basically what we did.
Yeah, I couldn't take a trade on anything we're talking about because it has already happened.
Yeah, exactly. But still, if somebody was looking for, if you're looking for live call assistance, then join us in the ER. That's where all that's happening. But all these recordings are specifically generated for educational and I guess some kind of training, and there'll be a lot of psychologically based training. I don't even know what the correct way to pronounce that.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
So, because psychology is literally 90% of the battle, and sometimes we have a tendency to get in our own way. And I've worked with a couple of traders directly, one-on-one, where I've helped them literally overcome everything that they've taken in the past and literally just thrown it out the window when you come to Apex, and because they give you everything. I mean, Apex literally is a one-stop institution that gives you all the training, all the coaching, everything that you possibly, all the tools, everything, the indicators, and they're actually willing to throw capital behind you as well. So if you prove yourself, right? So, and that's what these evals are for. So, hey Jeremy, I see Jeremy is in here, so I wanted to say hi to you since you said something. Okay, Ben, I can't think of anything. Was there anything else we were supposed to cover today?
No, I think that was it. We did the trade review, and then we did kind of the recap on the new series that we're gonna do with the with the new account. And we have like Ron and I have so many things that we want to do, but there's not enough time in the day or the week.
Yeah,
we're trying every day. We're trying.
Yeah, it's again, it'll happen. And then I'm sure there's going to be a lot of suggestions from you guys out there of things you're going to want to see in the future. So that'll definitely, fill up our plate for sure. And with that, I want to say thank you for everybody who has supported me along this journey and has gotten me here. I want to say thank you for everyone who's joined us today. And please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel and comment if there's any suggestions of things you'd like to see in upcoming episodes, please let us know. Follow us on Rumble. And I want to thank you for joining us again. And don't forget to join us every morning in the Elite Room, Monday through Friday between 9:30 and 12 Eastern. And with all that, I'll throw it over to Ben for last final thoughts, and then we'll close it out.
Yeah, no, thanks, Ron, for having me here and all that you've helped me do, and it's been great to bounce ideas off you and kind of keep each other accountable for what we're doing. And like I said earlier, we got a lot of good things we're trying to get out to everyone, and it's a balancing act between doing everything we're trying to do and then put content out. But we are working on it every day. So I appreciate it, Ron.
No, it's not a problem. It's my pleasure. And again, I'm actually humbled and very grateful that you're able to join me and make this happen. And again, I really appreciate all the time and hard effort that you put forth in this and helped me through this journey. I really appreciate it. And with that, I think we'll call it a day. So thank you everybody for joining us, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.